Tennessee, the Athens of the South, buckle of the Bible Belt, and of course, the country music capital of America, the Bachelorette capital of America.
The city isn't just known for country music, it's also apparently the Bachelorette party capital of the country.
We are number one.
Hello, viewer. That's me, Ben Oddo. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Sun is shining, city's looking good. God! You can't escape them. It's like wherever you go in this town, there the Bachelorettes are, and everyone who lives here has an opinion on them.
Bachelorettes are like the people that go door to door selling magazine subscriptions. It's like you didn't invite them, but once they're there, once you open the door, it's really hard to get them to leave.
And what's crazy is that, like, all of these women are different women. They're all different people. They live in different states. They have different jobs, but everybody has the same idea of fun.
I guess it's good for Nashville and good for Nashville business.
Well, everyone has an opinion on them except for me. I don't know. I mean, sure, they can be a lot.
This batch party was brought to you by my probation expiration.
My nip slip.
Tequila shots.
But they're also kind of fun. Although, sometimes they're not so fun.
You may not want to invite this next woman to your bachelorette party after she reportedly told police she, quote, went psycho and trashed an Airbnb after she says she drank 2 whole bottles of wine by herself.
Look, I don't know if bachelorettes are the worst thing to happen in Nashville or the best, but I intend to find out. As a local journalist, I've covered the city's most important events. I've also interviewed some real scumbags. I'm like Walter Cronkite if he were unemployed. But this was my dream assignment. My chance to venture into something that no man has been dumb enough to venture into before. So I set out with a camera crew and a sport coat, hoping to answer the million-dollar question, what in the holy matrimony is going on here? I began my investigation with the Jug Sisters. They run a comedy bus tour and have taken a very public stance against the Bachelorettes.
Are Bachelorettes too wild for Broadway? 2 different tour companies have banned bachelorette parties, and they say it's been for the best.
20 years, the Nash Trash Tour has offered a unique perspective on Music City, but seats for the show on the bright pink bus will not be filled with bachelorette parties. The change was made after operators witnessed several incidents where brides-to-be and their friends got out of control.
Well, we used to be okay with them.
And we're still all right with them coming here.
They're all right with them being here, but not on our bus.
Not on our bus.
Thank you for spending your tourist dollars here, but you can take your penis straws and your penis hats
and your penis gloves
penis
and your penis
rings
cups.
and your penis pacifiers.
I mean, we love the penis,
but don't come on our tour no more.
You take no shit.
We take no shit.
They're just so effing loud.
Yeah, and they're open air buses too.
Open air buses.
And then the bachelorettes, they puke over the side, so that's a safety issue right there.
Could you ever see a world where you would...
There were no bachelorettes? Oh. From your mouth to God's ears.
So the Jugs were not fans. But what about other so-called transportainment companies, like Nashville Pedal Tavern?
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, pedal.
Wow, this is fun already. How often do bachelorettes come on these things?
So we have about 60% of our business is bachelorette parties.
60%?
60%.
And what do you think of the bachelorettes? What do you think of them?
So, as a pedal tavern driver and a person who works with bachelorette parties all the time, I have to say, I generally enjoy them. But as a citizen of Nashville, when I'm off duty, yeah, no, I hate them.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody else. I hate them.
Okay.
I have a torrid relationship. It's complicated.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Love is complicated.
Love is complicated.
And then there's Rebecca, general manager of popular brunch spot, the Ainsworth.
We do get a ton of my triple Bs, which is bachelorettes, birthdays, and brunch. Have you ever seen Field of Dreams where they say if you build it, they will come?
Yeah, sure. It's been built.
We built it and they are coming.
And they are drunk.
Clearly, I had to dig deeper. Get outside Nashville. So I opened my laptop to see what I could find. This is Beth Montemuro, professor of sociology at Penn State Abington. She literally wrote the book on bridal showers and bachelorette parties.
This is the book for my dissertation.
Look at that poor, poor girl. Who is that?
That's my sister.
Unfortunately, it was a short interview.
She's a nice lady.
I then read on the Bachelorette Wikipedia page that Eleanor Roosevelt hosted the first hen party in the White House. So I reached out to Alita Black, the nation's leading expert on Eleanor Roosevelt, to see if there was any truth to the story.
Well, that's incorrect. And I would like to point out two things. First of all, in the 1940s, as it is today, hen party is the most offensive term you can use for women getting together to enjoy each other's company. It's men bitching, if I can say that on your documentary.
It's encouraging.
About women getting together and enjoying each other's company.
Why was the term hen party so offensive? There was also the term stag party for the flip.
What's the difference between a stag and a hen?
Power?
Yeah. What's the difference between a stag and a hen?
That's my sister.
Power?
Maybe this was a mistake. God, I look so stupid in this sport coat. My feet hurt. But I had come too far to quit now. It was time to enter the lion's den.
My one eye is not even opening because my freaking strip eyelash is like glued shut. I literally have to pull my eye open.
Let's rewind a bit. Over the course of my research, I tried to get answers from some local brides-to-be.
Bachelorettes? Bachelorettes? Does anyone know where I can find any bachelorettes?
But turns out it's not easy to crash a girl's weekend.
Anyone know where I can find bachelorettes?
So I reached out to a company called Batch to Basic and asked if they'd help us find a group to follow around.
We do all-inclusive bachelor and bachelorette party planning.
Batch to Basic set us up with bachelorettes from all over the country before landing on our perfect match.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm the bride. I'm 27 years old.
Self-described Vegas party queens.
I feel that just like going to school at UNLV, we were already a part of our own reality TV show without the cameras, so I think that we're gonna do just fine.
Hey, Catherine.
Hey, how are you?
I just wanted to chat with you today because, we do have some bad news for the other groups.
Stop!
They had won Bachelorette sweepstakes.
The girls are emerging, we're outside. We're going to go in and say hi.
Do you have nervous energy walking into a room full of women that you've never met before?
No. I mean, yeah, it's weird. It's weird, so there's nothing to lose, right? I don't know. There's nothing, yeah, a little nervous. Do I seem nervous?
You've never been on a girls' trip. You've never been a part of the bachelorette party.
Yeah, but I have a mom, so I get it.
To Camp Kitty.
Oh, is that what this is called? Camp Kitty?
Cheers.
Wow. What are you guys wearing? What are these?
Jammies. They're pajamas.
Do you keep this after this weekend, and did you guys buy outfits for this weekend?
We bought outfits for this weekend,
Yes.
and yeah, we keep these after we ordered these.
I just didn't know if people got rid of them.
Oh, no. Well, you can also keep
shit.
yours.
You got me one? Oh my God.
Oh, pink.
Not to
exploit me.
Ben!
How you doing?
There we go.
A lime. Oh, sorry.
Not you.
You're gonna keep your shirt on underneath?
I am. Well, hey, big one for the group.
'Kay.
Know the bride. Where and how did the proposal happen?
Miami. Yeah, it was all recorded.
Yeah, because he had like a drone following me. And then I saw violins in the back. And then Justin comes out of the golf shop. And then suddenly I realized it was for me. Then like photographers and videographers come out. There's like a big rose heart and like petals and everything. It was cute.
So you have to take a sip.
I've never had a friends with benefits. Done it, take a sip.
God.
What?
What?
This is where I don't understand these games.
Did
like,
you just
what does
not
that mean?
sip?
What does that mean that you guys?
Have you
had a friend with benefits?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I should be so lucky. You guys have had
We all
friends
took
with
a sip. Literally everyone here took a sip.
Oh my God. Wow, what a rush. Look at this whole operation. They had salmon, monogram cups, protective gloves. This ain't your mom's bachelorette party. In fact, your mom probably didn't even have a bachelorette party. Now it's an $11 billion industry with private chefs and take-home pajamas. Goodbye. Suffice to say, night one of Camp Kitty was a success, even though they didn't offer me dinner or a bunk. But some people think these weekends have gone too far.
I understand partying and we all want to be goofy and stuff and have fun, but I think it's the whole destination thing, which was not around in my time when I got married.
This destination stuff is insane.
My theory is that everybody's vying for the bride's attention.
See, because the dynamics. You got the bride, and then you got the bride's best friend from grade school. Then you got her high school, and now she's in college.
You got her hairdresser.
And then you got the in-laws. Oh, this is your future sister-in-law. Nobody knows anybody. Everybody's pissed about spending the money, and they all are behaving badly for the bride's attention.
They don't know each other.
No, I'm her best friend. No, I'm her best friend. I'm her best friend. You don't know.
Then they're pissed that they had to spend so much money on a plane
so the whole,
and a hotel.
The whole dynamic of it is wrong.
I think this is wrong. So why Nashville? What's making the Bachelorettes come here? The city's on a roll, and there are a couple theories as to why. A hit TV show, some good press, and, well, it's fun. Where else can you put on boots and pretend to be a cowgirl? The word was out. Nashville was a good time, and groups like Camp Kitty were coming here in droves.
Nashville was a great mix of Texan, like where I went to high school, and then Vegas also, because they call it Nash Vegas, all my college girls.
I mean, the party scene is crazy here. It's just like Vegas, honestly. That Broadway, put a couple casinos, we're in Vegas.
I'm actually from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. It's called Osh Vegas. It's really random. But
that one doesn't resonate as much. Are you buying what Nashville's selling?
I am picking up what it's putting down, that's for sure.
As I spoke with the rest of Kat's Bride Squad, one thing became clear, however. These weekends are not easy to plan.
The amount of planning that goes into it versus the reality, like, it's stupid. It's like you put so much effort into the balloons, the decor, and then you get here and it's like, screw it. Yeah. I don't even care what it looks like.
I feel like I am one of the brides that gets really involved and wanted to be part of the planning and kind of take the reins on some things, so it was stressful.
Fortunately, there's a solution. Enter Big Tech.
Batch is the world's first group travel marketplace platform. We created this to just make it really easy to plan a party in 5 minutes or less. So we have 20,000 parties in our app right now. About 20% are going to Nashville. So if you just look at that on a monthly basis, we're sending 4,000 to 5,000 parties to Nashville any given month.
Nashville is the #1 bachelorette destination in the country.
It's the travel logistics plus the honky-tonk highway.
The tourism board has some type of stat about it being like within 8-hour drive of a giant percentage of the country.
It's a really nice branded experience. You know exactly what you're gonna get if you go to Nashville.
Do you want a city though to be brandable? Like, I get it, it's the country music capital, but like, don't you want a city to be dynamic and its people to be dynamic and it's like nightlife options to be dynamic?
Well, I would add that brandable is a good thing because that means it's repeatable, right? So therefore the city is seeing a consistent revenue stream from what occurs on Broadway.
Anything that is Instagrammable sells, whether it's your home rental with a flower wall, a mural tour. If you can take pictures, bachelorette parties want to be there.
And that's when I discovered Nashville has mural tours.
We're having fun. Hey, ladies. Hi. I'm Christy Hunter. I will
will be your host and photographer today.
How many photo walk tours would you say you give a week, high season?
High season about 20, so we've had about 3,000 people come through over the last 4 years. And I would say about like 50 to 60% is bachelorette parties.
They are just a juggernaut.
Yeah.
There we go. That's it. Yes, Ben.
My perception of Photo Walk Nashville, your business, is that like you have benefited immensely from the Bachelorette culture here in Nashville.
I'm grateful for them, for sure. I'm very grateful.
that was
Great.
Grateful.
Sexy mermaids. Think mermaid. Yes, project mermaid. That's it, ladies.
I just washed up on the ocean.
Yes, honeys.
My concerns and worries are that the influx is too much and too soon, and that there's not a little bit of steady rate of it, that there's just this huge influx. They're all coming in at once on the same dates. They're picking the same, weekends, and that the city, just the infrastructure of the city,
Can't sustain it.
Can't sustain it, yeah.
I knew there was only one man I could speak to about all this, and his name was Butch Spiriton. In my mind, you are the guy who sells Nashville to tourists. Accurate, not accurate?
That's accurate.
Okay. So, I mean, Nashville, Butch, there's no debating it. Nashville is the Bachelorette capital of America.
We
acknowledge it.
We don't market to Bachelorette parties, but we've built a pretty good product. If I guess that we had 100 groups a week, and the average size is 10, which the average size is about 10, that would be 52,000 girls a year out of 16 million visitors. So let's double it. I'm going to say I'm wrong. So it's 100, even if it's 200,000, it's a very small percentage, but very visible, very loud, and not everybody likes visible and loud, but they pay some of our bills, so I'm not gonna dog them. And I might add to the point, because it's one of those things I hear all the time, well, we don't like the new, or we miss the old Nashville. When I moved here, half of Lower Broad was boarded up. In the Nashville scene, our weekly alternative, the best seafood voted was Red Lobster, and the best pizza was Pizza Hut. So we had adult peep shows, boarded up buildings, no retail, and people were scared to go. So when they say, I miss the old Nashville, I go, well, what do you miss? The peep shows?
Butch had a point. It's funny how we tend to romanticize things from our past. But Tom Murals is a romantic. He's the owner of Acme Feed and Seed, a honky-tonk down on Broadway that has tried to stay true to its roots.
I remember going with my dad and seeing Willie Nelson play at the Merchants Motel. I mean, it was seedy back then, but it was a creative seediness. This is an iconic building. It represents history. Self-rising flour was invented in this building.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. We wouldn't have biscuits.
This is the Station Inn, Nashville's premier bluegrass venue. So it's great, you go in there, it's like old school, you get a pitcher of beer, it's a lot of fun, but it's the last standing building surrounded by development. So again, this is the Gulch, is ground zero for the, hey, they're Bachelorettes. Small percentage or not, maybe these girls were to blame for this changing landscape. But I have to admit, standing there on that rooftop, seeing what a good time all of us were having, I began to think, this is nice. They are nice. Say something nice about the Bachelorettes.
They usually have nice skin and beautiful nails.
Yeah. We're more jealous than anything else.
Can you explain to us how this works?
Absolutely. What you're going to be doing today is you're making a custom blend facial oil. Do a little consultation, talk about y'all's skin, and then from there we're going to put together oils that really target like whatever it is in particular that's going on.
I know my skin allergies, but I don't know like
your routine.
Yeah, I don't know my routine and my.
You don't have one.
My routine.
None. I don't have one either.
None.
Fluids.
What is this?
It's a women's pleasure serum.
And that is.
The instructions are in the back.
Just read it. Experience a serum that relaxes your vaginal smooth muscle to promote more intense and frequent orgasms. This is like a lubricant.
It's actually not. It's a serum, yeah, technically. So it doesn't actually provide any lubricant, but it like promotes lubrication throughout your own body.
So why would someone is it something about the guy?
So basically, it stimulates your clitoris. So, well, not yours.
I can't find mine. Hey, check this out. Women's pleasure serum.
Yeah. Where have you been?
60s, you have the sexual revolution, you have the FDA approval of the birth control pill, you have these things that really change the way we think about women's sexuality and the way that women can behave sexually. And so that also, you know, creates the climate that makes it so that the bachelorette party is born.
I was learning, and that's what matters. So when the girls headed out to a winery and we later reconvened at an art studio, it was my chance to enlighten them. They had had a couple Chardonnays, and that's when disaster struck.
Umbrella yellow.
What's occur?
Hiccups.
If you want the Oddo family secret, where I cover your ears and you take 10 sips of water, hiccups gone.
Let's run it right now. What?
Right, like that. All right, so close your ears, and then you gotta take 10 sips of water. So go 1, break, 2, break. You gotta take a break, all right? So ready? I'm gonna just help you. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a hiccup issue. 5, 6, 7. All right, cup number 2. 8, 9. It's an old family secret. Check it out. When the hiccup's gone, watch.
What? They're gone.
Yeah.
Are they running? Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a doctor.
That's the one you want.
Somebody's here. Oh, did someone knock?
No, it's definitely your turn. Go get the door.
So are you a, forgive me, I'm trying to, are you a Chippendale or like, are you a male dancer?
No male dancer, no Chippendale, no stripper, just strictly a butler in the buff. So we're a good happy medium. So we're revealing, but not in your face.
What does one have to maintain as part of this job?
Oh, definitely good chest, good bum, for sure.
How'd you get the job?
I actually saw it advertised on Facebook.
Did this show up on your feed, or were you looking for it?
Oh, it actually showed up on my feed.
It showed up on
Surprisingly,
your feed?
yeah. I thought
You weren't
this
looking
was, like,
for
fun.
it?
I was not.
In your words, what is the Bachelorette ritual about?
Coming to have a good time. Oh, coming to have one last
Real
hoorah.
quick, just let me-
Oh, thank you. Coming to have one last hoorah before she becomes a Mrs. with an R.
Wow. What do you do for fun?
Oh, gosh. Work out, write screenplays.
You're a screenwriter?
I am, yes.
Pitch me some ideas.
Sure. A man and his fiance receive a visit from his supposedly dead ex-wife and find themselves involved in murder and blackmail. It's like all
As Austin and I workshopped his next film pitch, I began to think, where's the harm in all this? It seemed innocent enough. So what's the real issue here?
The Bachelorettes are, they're integral to what Nashville has become. I don't mind.
So the Bachelorettes are innocent this whole time.
Yeah, the Bachelorettes, man, they just came and kept us alive.
But you have a problem with who?
I have a problem with things that are not authentic. Kid Rock is not from Nashville.
You're really talking about the rise of the celebrity-backed
Yeah, they're not even celebrities. People think Jason Aldean's in there. You're crazy. You know, he's got in his contract, he's probably got to show up twice a year. It's all license deals.
How does this keep happening, though? I don't understand how every time I...
Money.
Yeah.
There's sometimes I'm down here and I'm like, man, this is getting really cheesy. Because it's not just pedal taverns now. It's party buses. It's tractors. There was a giant rideable dick that was, did you see that?
No, but I heard it was veiny.
It was very veiny.
It can be offensive to locals, like building a city for tourists when you're losing some real gems, when it's about like profit and short-term greed. And I think that's where my problem is with this. It's not about the girls, it's not about the Bachelorettes, but it's about building a city for others without a long-term perspective of how it affects the culture of a place.
There's a whole history here that this is what Nashville should be banking on.
Yeah. And I love that the Bachelorettes, when they come here, they know this history. So what I like about this, what I'm just now realizing, because I'm slow, Tom, and I'm not actually a real journalist, is so many people, locals, you know, they point the finger at the Bachelorette and they say, look at them. And your approach is kind of saying, you point the finger at yourself and say, let's give them an authentic experience. They're coming here no matter what. It is what it is, so we can either give them this sort of fabricated idea of Nashville, or we can show them the real thing and, you know, kind of let the chips fall where they may.
That's
right?
absolutely true.
So, Nashville is clearly evolving, and not always in the most appetizing ways. Recently, a guy was arrested at Kid Rock's bar for swinging his colostomy bag in the air, which I do regret. Hanging out with Kat and her friends, I got the sense they have no idea they are in the crosshairs of this local culture war. And it doesn't matter. What matters to them is that they were here for one another.
For me personally, I think that being able to spend time with girls is really big for me because I moved to where I don't know anybody. And so I think having friendships that last a lifetime is really something that I want in my life. And I think that that's something that every girl would love.
Each of these girls has their, you know, addition to what Kat's doing in her life and what they've meant to her. And I've seen that when she was growing up. So to put that together and be like, I knew you could do it type thing. Like, you picked the right ones.
It just made me feel really happy and excited and honestly like blessed to have all these girls come together. And I knew they were super busy and I knew everyone had different things going on in their lives. It's just lovely that they all came together.
Perhaps Alita put it best by expressing Eleanor's sentiments from the grave.
What I generally can say that I really believe is she would love the fact that women enjoyed each other's company. It's glorious that women get together and share their joy with one another. It's glorious that women can go out and have a great time. They're women of all races, they're different ages, they're different shapes. They're rejoicing in each other's independence. They're celebrating their friends' love. That's glorious.
As the weekend drew to a close, I began to reflect on what I had learned from this whole experience. I guess it's a little bit like a summer cookout. We're all just trying to find an excuse to celebrate with our friends. Sometimes the neighbors tell us to keep it down. Sometimes the neighbors blame us for the decline of the neighborhood, or for saving it. Often, a male dancer shows up. So if I were asked, are the Bachelorettes the worst thing that happened to Nashville or the best? I think my answer would be yes, both. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. But next time I see a group posing in front of a mural or get stuck behind the Wienermobile on Broadway, I'll reminisce about my weekend at Camp Kitty and think, I know those girls. I was one of those girls, and it was glorious.
I think those are some good final thoughts. I think the wings are done. I think the dock's done.
Thanks.
be in so much trouble right now if I said yes.
Do you guys believe in the covenant of marriage?
We do. My vows are a joke.
You had a bachelor party? Did you have a bachelor party?
Did I have one?
Yeah.
When I got married, yeah. Not here.
Where'd you go?
Maybe New Orleans.
Maybe New Orleans. You know where you went.
I can't remember. It's a long time ago.
And I've had people puke off the rooftop.
Oh, wow.
That's been fun.
Did you get a shot of it?
No, I didn't.
You on the dating apps?
No, I'd rather die.
Should I ask our Bachelorette how many partners she's had?
Absolutely not.